What's up guys, Chad here with Tech in the Wild. Today we're going to be looking at my 3 drones. The Mavic 2 Zoom, the Avata 1, and the newest DJI Flip. I'll go through my likes and dislikes for each one, and also my journey into getting my Part 107 license. It's a good day to fly. Let's get out there. So one thing I really want to do is use my drones to record video for my channel. But to be able to do that on YouTube, you have to have a Part 107 drone license. So I've been studying for that for the past 3 weeks. Today's the day I'm going to take my exam. I'm very nervous, but we'll see how it goes. Well, I'm here. It's time. I better head in. Wish me luck. The Part 107 exam consists of 60 questions which must be answered within 2 hours and a passing score of 70%. There are no phones or electronics allowed and only a piece of paper, the exam supplement, a pencil, a calculator, and a ruler. And no bathroom breaks were allowed, at least in my case. I studied dozens of topics. The Part 107 is no joke. There is so much to remember. I used a tip my buddy Nate told me he used. On your scratch piece of paper, create 3 columns. The first one is the questions you know without a doubt. The second, questions you are unsure of. Write the answers you think are correct so you can review them later. The last column are the ones you have no idea on and you're just shooting in the dark. At the end, you can count how many you know for sure are right. If you're over 42, you know you're at least at 70%. This worked in my favor since I really had to use the restroom and I zoomed through the last 10 questions. So, I finished and submitted the test and... whew, passed with a 90. I'm ready to go. Okay, so here we've got the 3 drones. The first one here is the oldest. I think I got this back in 2019. As you can see, the remote control, there's no video screen. It's all just analog data. So you're required to connect your phone to get any video, map, any other kind of controls, more the advanced controls with that. So definitely a setback there, but this thing's still pretty powerful. Handles really good in the wind. The camera, since it's got the zoom function, does pretty good. I'll demonstrate some of that. Next, we've got the first generation DJI Avata. This is an FPV drone. So obviously you've got the goggles. Also, downside to this, you have the cable going into the battery. And for whatever reason, if you want the remote ID, which you have to fly under Part 107, you've also got to connect that to your phone through that USB-C cable there. One thing I like about this, the remote, pretty simple. This seems to be the easiest to fly. As you'll see, you've just got your little cursor. Wherever that is, that's where you're flying, and that's your acceleration. So this one's pretty fun just to mess around with. Lastly, we've got the DJI Flip. This is my newest one. I just got that this year. Very lightweight. It's under 250 grams. And so it makes this really nice to take when you go on vacation or just throw in the bag with you if you want to go film something quick. It also has a really nice controller with a decent screen. You see everything pretty well on that. And the camera, this is the best camera I've seen on the drones. I love the way this thing records. Maybe it's just the software they use to do it, but I like the blur in the background and it seems to just focus really well. Battery life on the Mavic 2 Zoom is around 31 minutes. For the Avata, it's around 18 minutes. And then for the Flip, back up to 31 minutes. So the Mavic 2 Zoom, they don't sell anymore. You can find them on eBay for anywhere around $500 to $800. Just be careful because a lot of them don't come with a controller. Honestly, I would just bump up to the Mavic 3 or something a little newer. The Avata 1, I don't think they sell this anymore either because they've now got the Avata 2. And from what I've seen on eBay, these are anywhere from $800 to $900. And an Avata 2 is $1,000. I would just go with the Avata 2. I think it's got some much needed upgrades, as I've pointed out here. The DJI Flip just came out this year. This is around $450 for the base. You can get the Fly More kit with extra batteries. I definitely recommend that. You'll get a better discount on the batteries rather than purchasing them after. All right, let's get these out there and start flying. I drove up to Carter Lake because I thought that would be way better scenery to test all these drones out in. However, the wind was blowing about 20 miles an hour that day, with gusts up to 40. I found a couple pockets where it wasn't that bad, but in the end, the wind won. A lesson learned that I should have already known. Little frog lure. It's kind of cool. I tried pine wood as well, but it was worse. It's just not a good day for flying drones. It wasn't windy at home, so we'll try there. Good thing I had the lens protector on there. You can see where it's scuffed in the middle and then cracked the protector.
Take off. The home port has been updated. Please check it on the map.
So, back at home, we can finally get this kicked off. The first thing I wanted to show on the Mavic 2 Zoom is the dolly zoom. It's usually overused, but that's just because it looks so cool. You zoom in while moving the drone backward. Next, a quick demonstration of the zoom capabilities. Not too shabby. Here's a quick look at some of the modes. I'll show the active track, which can be helpful if you just want some shots of yourself or an object and you want the camera to keep the focus without touchy controls. I'm flying the drone, but it keeps the camera focused on me. There's also a follow me mode, but I think you get the idea. Here's a look at the hyperlapse I did for a previous video. And a flight I did across the valley near our property, so I didn't have to worry about people being below me. Lastly, a better view of the obstacle avoidance alerts. You can see and definitely hear the front and rear sensors showing the distances to obstacles, and on the left and right of the bars, the side sensor feedback as well.
Landing.
The return to home leaves a bit to be desired. In this example, it landed almost 25 feet from where I originally took off. So I had to intervene since it was heading for the fence. For the Avata, I'm just going to do a quick fly through tight spaces around my house. It's one of the main features I like this drone for. Unfortunately, I had a low-speed SD card in the drone, so I'll switch to the goggle view. And while I'm flying around, I might as well check my gutters and see how they're looking with all these leaves falling. Another cool feature, if the drone crashes and lands upside down, you can go into the settings, then control, and lastly click on turtle mode, and it'll flip itself over. I wish they would have made this more accessible, but nice to have nonetheless. Now we'll take a look at the flip automatic modes. First, we have follow mode. Just like it says, it will follow you wherever you go. Just be careful, this doesn't have side sensors, so make sure you're walking in a straightforward path. Droney mode just drones out, then back in. Pretty simple. I don't know why it stops recording and then starts again when it transitions to droning back in, but that's how it is. Circle goes in a, you guessed it, circle, keeping you in the center. Rocket goes straight up, also stops recording and starts again as it's coming back down. Spotlight is like having a floating tripod. It stays where it's at and rotates to follow you. Kinda like having an extra buddy to record you. Direction track is like follow me, but it goes with you in any direction that you go. Again, being mindful that it only has the front sensor, so pushing it into an obstacle will make it crash. In addition to using the controller it comes with, you can also connect your phone to control it. A quick side note, don't try to remove debris while it's in flight.
Landing.
Don't do that. While using the manual controls with my phone, I wanted to show the obstacle avoidance. As you can see, it doesn't beep or really show you when there's an obstacle, but it does stop by itself to prevent going further and crashing. As I said, this thing is light and easy to take when traveling. Here's a sneak peek at some footage I got while we were in Mexico. I'll be doing multiple videos on that trip in the upcoming weeks. Well, it's late. I'm still editing this video. I got to the end and realized I don't have an outro. So let's recap. The Mavic 2 Zoom, I give it 3 out of 5. Like me, in its prime, it was the king. But now it's outdated. There's just so much more technology in the Mavic 3 and Mavic 4s. But if you've already got it, you know it's capable of doing some more technical things. The DJI Avata 1, I give 2 out of 5. It feels like a novelty. It's fun to mess around with, but that's pretty much all I've ever done with it. I haven't done anything serious, so if you've got one of these and I'm missing something, let me know in the comments below. The Flip, I give that 4 out of 5. This thing's just so versatile. The fact that I can just open it up, get going, I have automatic modes, so I don't need the controller or my phone. Especially me filming content, it comes in really handy. The controller is very nice. It's easy to see what you're doing. This thing's still pretty new to me, so I need to look into it a little more. From what I can see, it's got the hyperlapse, but I haven't tried that. And if we go through that again, 30-minute battery, the hyperlapse does fairly good on this. With a 18-minute battery life here, this has hyperlapse, but I don't know how realistic that is. One of my favorite things about this is the camera. I don't know. I just like the style. I think things look so crisp, and I like the blurry background. It's useful for certain shots. The Mavic 2 and the Flip, I can see using all the time. As a content creator, definitely great tools. However, I'd like to introduce you to a new member of this family, making those a little obsolete. The Matrice 4E. I want to get into surveying 3D mapping. I just got this, I'm just learning about it, but this thing is awesome. Here's a preview of a quick project I did. Once I get my skills wrapped around this, I'll definitely do a video in the future. Thank you for checking out this video. If you stayed this long, we'll see you next time. If you like this video, hit that like button and click subscribe. Click the bell icon so you can be notified every Sunday when we release new videos. And as always, thanks for watching.